Good morning. We are extremely pleased that you are here. It is good to come together for the purpose of co-creating. Do you agree?
Yes.
You're knowing what you are wanting?
Yes.
More or less. An ever-changing thing?
Yes.
You are appreciating the evolution of your desire? You are enjoying the contrast that makes it clearer and sharper and more? Yes? Yes. Even though the desire is not manifest, it is still bringing you pleasure? That's the sticking point, isn't it? When you reach the place that the unfulfilled desire thrills you, then you have it. Then you are in the place of allowing your desire to be. If the unfulfilled desire tortures you, or makes you feel depression or discouragement or envy of someone who has already achieved it, then you are holding yourself in a holding pattern of unfulfillment for as long as you feel uncomfortable with it not being fulfilled. So then our normal, logical human friend says, well, just fulfill it and then I'll feel better. And we say, when you ask, it is given. When you ask, it is fulfilled, but you still have to let it in. You seem to be willing to put forth endless effort. There's no amount of time or energy that you are not willing to apply to your desire, but it often does not give you the results that you want, because even though you're offering the action, you are not vibrationally in the right receiving mode. And if you are not in the right receiving mode, it doesn't matter what you do, who you do it with, how long you do it, how hard you do it, how many words you offer around it, or how much money you throw at it. It's not going to happen the way you want it to until you adjust your vibration. So how does that play out in your physical experience? Well, it works like this. As you desire something that when you think about it, you feel thrilled about it, now you're in the proper receiving mode. In other words, when your desire feels good to you, even though it hasn't manifested, you are in your expectation of it in the place of receiving it. And it is our expectation that because of your expectation, it will be speedily brought unto you. Now, what we often notice is that even as it comes to you, sometimes in the living of it, you add to it. You say, oh, it's almost perfect, but now I would like it to be this way or that way. And so there is an eternal adjustment of your vibration to keep up with the eternal evolving of your desire. And that's the deliciousness of creating. We notice that as artists, whether you are with musicians, whether you are artists of music or artists of oil painting or artists of clay or artists of mathematics or of science or of computers, that you are rarely satisfied with one work. You are continually fine-tuning your craft to ever more pleasing desires. Sometimes we will see you as an artist showing one of your past creations to someone, and you almost don't want to show it to them because you know your technique has improved so dramatically since this rendition was offered through you. And so what we are getting at here is that you are eternal creators, and you never get it done, and you will never stop fine-tuning, and you will never stop wanting, and the universe will never stop yielding contrasting experiences. That there will never be a time when new desire is not born within you, whether you know it or not. It's happening at so many levels. You are launching creations, hundreds of them in every single hour. So, as you are the eternal launcher of desires, your eternal work really is to continually bring yourself into the place of alignment with your desires. And that is why we say being aware of the way you feel is so important to this, because as you are aware of the way you feel, then you can modify, mold, manipulate, soothe, smooth, manage the vibration of your being so that it is continually matching the vibration of your desire. So let's say that you are living in a house. It is not exactly pleasing to you. It used to please you, but you've sort of outgrown it. Your styles have changed. Your ideas of what is beautiful has changed. Your tile doesn't please you anymore. The location is not as pleasing as it once was. The neighbors that moved in next door have a very loud barking dog. Traffic on your street has become increasingly uncomfortable. This contrasting experience has caused you, on many levels of your being, over a period of several months, to launch a fantastic, clear, new desire of the perfect place you would like to live even if you have not yet come to the place of being brave enough to mention it to your mate. So the desire is out there, and the universe has been responding to your desire. Each of them have been launched. And so new places, several of them, that would satisfy you on all levels have been orchestrated and put into your path of receiving. And as you are joyful in your now, they come to you easily. The unfolding is delicious, and you hardly miss a beat, and those who are watching you are amazed at how easily your life unfolds. But if you are like the more normal physical human, you've been complaining about the barking dog often enough, and about the turquoise tile often enough, and about the traffic on the street often enough, that you are not a vibrational match to your own desires that you've been launching. So even though the universe heard you and answered you and lined up a series of satisfying experiences for you, you can't come to them because vibrationally you are involved in what is instead of in what you are wanting to be. What we are saying to you is, in your complaining, you are not a match to what you want. In your discouragement, you are not a match to what you want. We were visiting with a woman not long ago, and she listened to us patiently, but her discomfort was building as she's been listening to us for some time say, "You are the creator of your own experience, and you have only to ask, and it is given." And so her opening words to us were, "If I'm asking, and I am, and the universe is yielding, and that's yet to be seen, where in the hell is my stuff?" And we said, "You are asking. It is true. And the universe is yielding. It is true. You must be doing that thing you do that is not letting it in." She didn't like that. It is never satisfying to have someone point out to you that you are the creator of your own experience when it's not going very well. "What do you mean, that thing I do?" "That thing you do that holds you vibrationally apart from your own desire." "What thing?" "Well, it's a lot of different things. You do it many times in every day." "How many times?" "Maybe 2,000. "How do I know when I'm doing that thing?" "Negative emotion is always present." "Well, what do I do?" When you find yourself in the middle of a thought or a word or an action, and negative emotion is present at the same time, stop and laugh and say, "This is what I do. This is the reason that what I want is not coming. For it is the only reason that what you want is not coming." Esther went to the chicken coop in the middle of the night to gather the eggs, and found a possum in the nest with egg all over its face. It was delightful. She went in and woke Jerry up. "You have to see this. We've been talking about egg on your face all of our life. Finally, I've seen it. I know what it is." The guilty look in the possum's eyes, Esther knew exactly what the author of that saying had seen. And this is what we want you to do. We want you to catch yourself with egg on your face. When you find yourself in the middle of negative emotion, you've caught yourself with egg on your face. You've caught yourself doing that thing you do that is holding you vibrationally apart from what you want. Some of you have been listening to us for some time. And in earlier words, we were saying to you, when you have a desire and you believe that desire, then it is. Which is the same thing to saying your desire and you are vibrationally the same. So there is no resistance within you that is keeping you apart from your desire. We know it's hard to hear at first, because when you really, really, really want something, we know that you believe that you are the last person on the planet that would stand in the way between you and what you want. You are not the last person on the planet. You are the only person on the planet who is keeping you from what you want. And all other excuses, all other reasoning is not accurate. If there is something that you desire that you are not living, it is for only one reason. You have a habit of a vibration that is different from your desire, so your desire cannot come to you, because law of attraction says that which is like unto itself is drawn. So if you are discouraged, your joyous desire cannot come to you. If you are angry, your joyous desire cannot come to you. So then, many of our friends of deliberate creation tenaciously take this science and wrestle it to the ground like they do all other things. They say, "I'm going to go to a workshop. I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to hold my thoughts upon this thing that I want. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it." And we say, lighten up. In that determined attitude of making something happen, very often you are in resistance to the very thing that you want. The most important thing that we're wanting you to garner from what we are chewing on here today is that you ask in one moment and you let it in other moments. In other words, do not try to ask and receive, 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 ask and receive in the same moments. Just ask as you feel like asking. Contrast will help that happen without your conscious awareness. And then spend most of your time, as best as you can, holding yourself more and more in a vibrational place where you allow what you are wanting to flow into your experience, which simply means be as happy as much of the time as you can. Sometimes people think that once they've launched a specific creation about a mate or about an empire that they are creating or about a new job or about a new house or about anything that is important, that then they have to sort of singularly focus upon this subject of desire until they bring it in, sort of like the very determined fisherman that's out there in every moment casting and reeling it in and casting and reeling it in. Work that stream, work that stream, work that stream, find that fish and bring it to you. Law of attraction is the best friend that you've ever had. And you don't have to go out there and find your desire and drag it to you in any sort of physical mechanism. Law of attraction is the magnetic force that will bring it to you. And in fact is already working to bring it to you, and in fact would have already brought it to you, and in fact has already brought it to you if you would but relax and let it in. So we've been teasing with many of you by saying, so launch your creations all over the place, your objects of desire, and then do your best to bask your way, to appreciate your way, to love your way to the place of receiving, which means a few minutes of petting your cat can be one of the most allowing states you will ever achieve. It certainly is for the cat. A few moments of meditation is certainly a state of allowing. A moment of praise, a moment of remembering a lovely moment, a moment of reflecting on something beautiful, a moment of gazing off into the sunset and appreciating this planet, a moment of remembering a compliment that you received or that you offered, a moment of sitting and listening deeply to the perfection of the music that you are listening to, or a moment of literally putting your mind on pause where you are holding no thought at all. Esther's been playing with that one. Her computer or the recording contraptions have a little red button that means record, and a little arrow that means play, and a little sort of black square sort of button that means stop, and two little slashes that mean pause. So as Esther is editing a tape or listening to a tape, she's got her headset on and she's sitting and listening to Abraham on and on and on we drive. You know how it is as you've been listening to us. And then Esther will push that pause button and blessed silence in her ears. And she's discovered that when she's lying in her bed or when she's preparing to come and allow Abraham to visit through this format, that she can just sort of close her eyes and mentally push that pause button, and thought for a moment will cease. And as it does, she can viscerally feel the vibration of her being raise as any element of resistance is gone and the true nature of her being ensues. So, we are eager to visit with you about anything that is important to you. You will discover a delightful unfolding here. Sometimes someone else will ask your question even more clearly than you might. Sometimes someone who comes before you will lay a basis for that which you are wanting to talk about. Often, every question on your list will be answered even though you will not sit in the chair. This gathering will be co-creating at its best. Many powerful wanters, many powerful allowers, many connected to source energy beings here. We can feel that you've come truly not only to figure out how to get things that you want, but to assist us all in taking thought beyond that which it has been before. There will be a lot of that here today. So, you are ready to begin? You are ready to begin. They are ready to begin.